Hello viewers, and welcome to our first hands-on Forza Horizon 3. We knew it was coming, we were looking forward to seeing it at E3, and of course there was the rumours that it was going to be based in Australia. Those rumours turned out to be true. Of course here you're going to see a run in all three cars. I know most of what you've seen so far has been in the Lamborghini, so here of course we've got the Ford Mustang and the BMW as well, and also we're going to have assist off, and you're going to see that later in the video, so more to see in terms of quality there. I've actually played this behind closed doors. Turns out this is quite an old version of the game. I mean, for E3 a few months ago, so this build you're seeing here is probably already 3 months or more old, and it's amazing what Playground Games have managed to get out of the Xbox One hardware. You can see here the rich foliage as I have my first run through the game, playing with the controller. Very comfortable, very intuitive, easy to get into, and nice visual effects all round. Very impressive, and it has to be said, I'm always amazed at what they've managed to get out of the hardware, especially given that's an open world environment, not just an open road. You can go anywhere. Obviously you don't want to in this car because it's not going to be great on some of those other surfaces. So this is the demo from E3. You play with a car, one of the three cars you choose, and you play with an off-road truck, then you have an off-road buggy for the final part of the demo. Here we see the Ford Mustang. I'll just let you hear this for a minute. Really nice sound effects to that. Nice sort of grunt to the engine note. And again, completely different sort of handling to this model. You'll notice the different handling between each car. It felt weighty, it felt right. In many respects, the handling felt more intuitive to me here than it does in Forza Motorsport. It's almost like the Forza Horizon series for me has taken over from Forza Motorsport as the premier in terms of the franchise, and it was just playing and feeling much better. So in a moment I'm going to turn the assists off. Of course there is a racing line in the road. I don't tend to use that myself. I just tend to look visually, and you'll see later in the video that I actually turn the racing line off as well. I was braking way too late for the corner there. I wasn't going to make that, and now I decide in just a moment to turn those assists off. Completely different car, of course, completely different handling going into the corner there. Much heavier, braking distances are much longer, and you have to note that. But as ever, visually stunning. So obviously there's 381 cars I think we've noted that's going to be in the game from the off. That's a staggering amount of cars. There's some really unusual examples in here as I just look at the menus there. I turn off everything but the driving line initially, and then I turn everything off in the next part of the video. So I mean, amazing set of cars that are going to be in there. We've even got the three-wheelers in there as well. Hopefully they'll roll like they did in Top Gear. I think that'll be a lot of fun going whether you choose to go off-road in them. I think that's going to be quite a bumpy ride. The off-road sections we'll come to briefly. Work really well, feel really great. It's funny, I noted when I was playing them that it kind of reminded me of Dirt 2, and that's no bad thing because I really enjoyed Dirt 2 when it was released. And seeing the foliage and everything, it just reminded me of that experience. And there's an interesting thing we're going to look at with the assists off in just a moment. I was noticing here, you'll see me going a bit wide all the time. I was having to take a bit more care and attention when I was driving, but fundamentally on the dirt it didn't make such a huge difference. One of the differences you will see in just a moment is the puddles. Yes, those puddles are back from Forza 6, and they do affect you in quite the same way, which is not something we've noticed because they don't affect you when you have the assists on. So now in the BMW, I'm just going to go into the options here just to check the assists again, and I was just changing it to, I think, hard. I think that's it. I think I turn off the racing line. I'm leaving it on automatic gears, simply because for the demo I don't tend to use manual on a controller. I tend to use manual when using a steering wheel. That's a more realistic experience for me. Fun to play, and really just getting a hang of this car. I got the hang of the Mustang, and now I'm thinking, right, I know where I am, and now this will be the complete demo through to the end of the video. So amazing roster of cars coming. Some very unusual models going to be on the way. I know the S14 is a model that a lot of you are going to be interested in. There's going to be weekly challenges, everything else. Also the map is twice the size, and it's just generally it's just quite remarkable. Also, if you're playing on the PC, you can run this at 60 frames per second, 4K on your PC if you can manage it. Seeing this game running at 60 frames per second is going to look absolutely staggering. So we're going to go on now and see how we get on with this car. And there's also going to be an extended video, so there's going to be possibly a 30-minute video of Forza Horizon gameplay. This is cut where I've cut everything together, mixed it around a bit. There's going to be an extended video where you guys can try it out. So as I'm dodging some cars there, I think we've had a recut there of a scene I had earlier. So you'll see the full video coming up in the next few days. Now getting that braking much earlier, hitting that blue car kind of saved me. Just a great vibe to it, isn't there, with the music and everything. Going into the puddle, and I think you see the car turn there. There you go. Whoa! Just managing to save the car. That's never happened in any of the demos I've seen of this game. I've never seen the car lose it that way, so it came as a complete surprise when I hit the puddle and realised it aquaplaned. It was like the Forza 6 aquaplaning there. So that was quite interesting. As I'm working my way, just getting the hang of this car. Not quite able to make it to the lead that time. You've got to be really aggressive and not really have any sort of mistakes like that. And now you're going to the truck, which was great fun. Again, reminded me of Dirt 2. So I think overall with this package, there's still a lot we haven't seen yet. I'm hoping to bring you guys some really extensive videos of the final game very soon. I hope to get a hands-on in the next couple of weeks, and then that way I'll show you all that kind of content on the channel. If there's any kind of videos in terms of the cars, tracks, anything you'd like to see, any modes in particular, anything you liked in Forza Horizon 2 that you'd like to see me look into here, do let me know in the comments. And do subscribe as well to keep up with all the content related to Forza Horizon. We will have an extended selection of Forza Horizon videos coming up on the channel. There you've got your Assetto Corsa for your hardcore, and you've got Forza Horizon 3 for the fun. Going along this beach scene, so cool, feeling the water, visuals on the water, detail. Much more comfortable. I wasn't mucking about now. I wasn't changing view like I am in the full video. You'll see I'm flicking through views to see what they're like. I just decided now I want to just win. So these next two runs are a bit more representative. I just kind of go for it. I didn't actually show my quickest run here. That's in the extended video. And so now we cut to the final section. As I have a glass of water here just to keep myself going. It's very hot in London as I say this evening. Very warm night. But look at those graphics. I mean, the graphics are awesome in this game. There's no doubt about it. Just remember playing that and thinking that's really nice, and the visuals here, stylized visuals. This is all really nice. Buggies. I haven't played it with a wheel yet, but I do look forward to playing this with a wheel. You know, I think again, it'd be awesome.
In this showcase,
I hope to test that out as well.
Oh, and it'll be
So now it's the final event.
Helicopter. Well, this is Horizon.
Catch this guy in the Jeep. Much of it we've already seen from E3, but why not see it here again? So I turned all the assists off, obviously, and again this will continue on from before. And now I just felt I had more control. I turned the assists off, and I just liked the way it was playing. You'll see how much smoother I am. I don't entirely know where I'm going, so there's a little bit of just going for it. But you can see there how you can cut the corner. And there's going to be a lot of that in the final game, using a bit of judgment in terms of where you can cut the corner, what slows you down, what maximises your speed. So I'm not hanging around on this race. And look at the field of view as well. That was something I noticed on the presentation with Ralph Walton on the the full game was just the field of view, the lighting, the sky. The sky was fantastic. You know, it's this kind of detail that I think, look at that, look at the foliage, look at the sky, look at the detail, look what they're getting out of the system. I mean, you know, it's fair to say, I think, that in the next, it'll be 2 years before we see another Forza Horizon title. That will probably be on the Scorpio, in which case they'll have 4 times the power. You know, the mind boggles as to what they'll be able to get out of it in terms of performance. So this is really seeing the Xbox One, you know, at maximum in many ways. I'm just enjoying sliding the buggy through these corners, cutting those apexes. Get rid of the water there, no problem. The water wasn't having the aquaplaning effect on this that it was having on the road cars. Handling it no problem. Some really nice details throughout. So yeah, looking forward to this one. I think it's been a nice surprise this year. Really great to see what Playground Games have done. They've really shone in everything they've done with it. Seems like good. Yes, it's an arcade game. No, it's not a full simulator, but it's got a lot of simulation within it in terms of how it works, but everything seems to work in a very playable fashion. In a way, it's sort of everything you wanted from Forza Horizon 2. Forza Horizon 1 was open road, Forza Horizon 2 was open world, Forza Horizon 3 combines everything they've wanted and puts it in here. And if compromises have been made for the Xbox One hardware, you certainly can't tell. We have the epic jump scene. Wow. Always impressive, and I'm enjoying this as I'm driving. So coming up around the final few corners, then you race into the line, and that's the end of this video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do subscribe, keep up with what we do. More Forza Horizon content to come, along with lots of other stuff from Gamescom, and there'll be more from me very soon.